Chapter 1208. At this time, Vicky's first thought was to induce vomiting and spit out the necklace. If you can spit out the necklace, it's better than pulling it out, right? Butler hurriedly said, "Master Shaw, please come with me, I will take you to the bathroom." Vicky stood up immediately, followed with a step. When he arrived in the bathroom, Vicky plucked his throat, forced a burst of nausea, and continued to induce vomiting. Several times, he could feel the necklace in his throat, but he couldn't vomit it alive or dead. Vicky tried hard several times, and every time he held his face flushed, even black and purple. In the end, his throat and his esophagus were painful to death, and his whole person lost the strength to induce vomiting. In desperation, he was forced to give up. When he thought that he couldn't spit it out, he might have to pull it out, and Vicky felt a flurry of hair all over his body. He even wondered if this thing would get stuck in his intestines. So he immediately took out his mobile phone and called his family doctor. As soon as he spoke, he asked the other person, "Doctor, I swallowed a string of ruby necklaces, and now I can't induce vomiting. If it enters the intestines, it won't kill me, right?" The other party asked immediately, "Third young master, how big is the ruby necklace?" Vicky said, "The egg is a bit smaller. It is bigger than a quail egg." The other party asked again, "Is there anything sharp?" Vicky thought for a while and said, "That's not true." Doctor said, "In this case, you might as well observe it for a day to see if it can be excreted naturally." After speaking, the other party added, "It is best to buy some laxatives and take it, so that it can promote bowel movements and excrete faster." Vicky asked him, "What if I can't excrete it?" The other party said, "If you still can't excrete within 24 hours, then you need to pay attention to it, because if you can't excrete it all the time, it is likely to cause intestinal obstruction. Intestinal obstruction is an acute disease, and it may be fatal." After speaking, the other party said, "Or third young master, come here now, and I will observe it here. Once you find any discomfort, you will have to get operate in time. Otherwise, in case of intestinal obstruction, it will be really dangerous." When Vicky heard that this thing could not be swallowed and pulled out, he might be fatal, and he was trembling with anger. "What the hell is this? Make a bet, don't tell me if I lose my face, and it's damn life-threatening." Thinking of this, Vicky hated Alex so much that he wanted to kill him immediately. But the biggest problem right now is the safety of his own life. In case something happens and he confessed my life to this trivial matter because of a bet, then he will lose out. So Vicky immediately took out his mobile phone and called the captain of his private jet. "Captain, where are you now?" Vicky only took his father's private plane this afternoon and rushed over from Eastcliff. Because he had planned to stay in Orris Hill for a few days, the captain planned to drive the plane back tonight. After all, this plane was used by Vicky's father most of the time. What Vicky thought was that if the plane had not returned to Eastcliff, he would quickly follow the plane back. "Say nothing to let this string of ruby necklace in my stomach kill myself."